Your hand shakes as you smooth out 7 crumpled $1 bills on a gas station counter. The clock above the register reads 11:47 p.m. The total is $8.40. You count the money again. $7. Still $2 short. The cashier waits without saying a word. Behind you, a small line begins to grow. The register light flickers. It feels like everyone is watching, even though no one says a thing. Just a few months earlier, you never thought your life could end up here. You are 26 years old, with $412 in your checking account, $9,800 in credit card debt, and rent due in 4 days. Every dollar feels like it already belongs to someone else. Every choice feels heavier than the last. Then you make the one decision you promised you would never make. You pack your clothes, leave your apartment behind, and move back into your childhood bedroom. You tell yourself it is only for 6 months. Just enough time to get back on your feet. But that decision will teach you a lesson about money that most people never learn until it is far too late. At first, it feels like someone has pressed a reset button on your life. Your parents do not ask for rent. They do not give you a deadline. They do not hand you a list of rules. They only have one request: get back on your feet. For the first time in months, you can breathe without thinking about the next rent payment. The weight on your shoulders feels lighter. It almost feels too easy. You sit on the edge of your old bed and open your banking app. Then you grab a notebook and do the math. You were spending about $1,400 every month on rent and bills. Now that money can go toward your credit cards instead. You look at the number again. If you stay focused, you could wipe out all $9,800 of debt in less than a year. For the first time in a long while, the future does not look so scary. It looks possible. You even picture the day you make your last credit card payment. No more late fees. No more growing balances. No more checking your account with a knot in your stomach. The plan seems simple. Too simple. Your room has not changed much since you left. Old books still fill the shelf. Family photos still hang on the wall. The same desk sits under the window. Then your eyes stop on something by the door. An unopened gym bag. It has been there since the day you lost your job. You told yourself you would unpack it tomorrow. Tomorrow became next week. Next week became next month. Now it has become part of the room. Every time you walk past it, you tell yourself it is just a bag. But deep down, you know it is not. It reminds you of the phone call that changed everything. The job you thought would always be there. The paycheck that suddenly stopped. The day your life took a turn you never saw coming. You look away and tell yourself you will deal with it later. After all, the hard part is over. You have free rent, you have a plan, you have time, or at least, that is what you believe. The biggest money traps rarely look like traps when you first step into them. They often look like a gift, a fresh start, one more chance. But a good opportunity only changes your life if your daily choices change with it. Right now, everything says you are winning. The numbers agree. Your parents agree. Even you agree. What you cannot see yet is that this level is not finished. It has only just begun. A few days later, you meet your cousin Mara for lunch. She is 26, just like you. She earns the same $31,000 a year. At first, it feels like the two of you are living the same life. But one number changes everything. Mara rents a small studio apartment across town. Every month, she pays $700 before she can think about anything else. You have no rent. She does. On paper, you should be the one getting ahead. While you are talking, her phone lights up with a message: payday. She smiles, unlocks the screen, and opens her banking app. You watch as she moves $200 into her savings account. Then she locks her phone and slips it back into her pocket. "That's it?" you ask. "That's it," she says. "You didn't even pay rent first." "I never do." You look at her, waiting for more. "There won't be enough left if I wait," she says, "so I save first." The answer sounds almost too simple. No long budget, no special app, no secret trick. Just one move, made every payday. The rest of her paycheck already has jobs waiting for it. Rent, groceries, gas, bills. Whatever is left after that is enough. Some months are tight. She skips eating out. She keeps wearing the same shoes. Her phone is old, but it still works, so she keeps using it. When she wants something she does not need, she waits. Sometimes she still wants it a week later. Most of the time, she does not. Every payday, another $200 goes into savings before anything else can take it away. The number grows 1 month at a time, not fast enough for people to notice, but fast enough to change where she is heading. You leave lunch thinking about one thing. She has less room in her budget than you do. Yet somehow, every payday, she makes sure her future gets paid first. The first month goes by without any problems. Then the small leaks begin. One night, you get home tired. Cooking feels like too much work. You order dinner instead. The delivery fee is only $6. It doesn't matter, you tell yourself. 2 days later, you do it again, then again. Before long, you are paying that same $6 fee 3 times every week. One Saturday, you stop at a store for toothpaste. On the way to the checkout, something catches your eye. You pick it up. It costs $40. You smile. Just this once. The bag comes home with you. A few days later, an ad pops up on your phone. A free online course. It could help you learn new skills and find a better job. You read the first page. It only takes a few hours each week. You know it could help, but your mind feels tired. "I'll start next month," you whisper. You close the page. Next month never comes. Then there is the subscription, $19.99. It leaves your account every month without asking. You signed up a long time ago. Now you barely remember what it is for. You do not cancel it. You do not even notice it. The money simply disappears. None of these choices feels like a mistake. A $6 fee, a $40 purchase, a free course you can always take later, one forgotten subscription. Each one seems too small to matter. That is what makes them so dangerous. A house does not fall because of one tiny crack. It falls because the small cracks are ignored for too long. Money works the same way. Your plan has not changed. You still have free rent. You still believe you are getting ahead. But every small leak quietly steals a little piece of the future you thought you were building. You cannot see the damage yet, not because it is not there, because it is happening one small choice at a time. 8 months pass. At first it feels like time is on your side. Then one evening, you open your banking app. You expect to see progress. Instead, you stare at the screen. Your savings account says $310. You blink. You check it again. The number does not change. A question fills your mind. Where did all the money go? You had 8 months without paying rent. You had the perfect chance to get ahead. But your account tells a different story. With a deep breath, you open your credit card app. The balance loads. Your stomach sinks. Instead of paying off debt, you have added to it. You now owe $1,100 more than you did when you moved home. You try to remember how it happened. A few dinners, a weekend trip, some things you ordered online, delivery fees that never felt important, small purchases that seemed harmless at the time. You cannot point to one big mistake, because there was never one. The small choices simply kept piling up until they became a number you could no longer ignore. A few days later, Mara calls. She has good news. She has saved $4,200, and she just got a raise. You smile and tell her she deserves it. After the call ends, you sit in silence. 8 months ago, you looked like the lucky one. You had free rent. You had more money left over each month. You had the easier path. Mara had rent to pay every month. You did not. Yet somehow, she moved forward while you stood still. The difference was never the paycheck. It was never luck. It was what happened after the paycheck arrived. One small choice at a time, your paths slowly pulled apart. Not in a single day, not in a single month. So slowly that you never noticed the gap growing, until one day it was too wide to ignore. Life has a way of changing the rules when you least expect it. One evening, your parents ask you to sit down at the kitchen table. No one speaks at first. Your dad looks down at his hands before taking a slow breath. The roof needs to be replaced. You look toward the ceiling without thinking. He slides a piece of paper across the table. The estimate is $9,000. "The leak is getting worse," he says quietly. "If we wait any longer, The damage will cost even more. You nod. This is the same roof that has covered your family for years. The same roof that now covers you. Your parents never asked you for rent. They gave you a place to stay when you had nowhere else to go. They gave you time to rebuild. Now they need help. Your mom reaches across the table. We're not asking for everything, she says gently. We just need you to start paying $500 a month. Your heart skips. Then she adds, not today. Starting in 30 days. 30 days. The words stay in your mind long after the conversation ends. Back in your room, you open your banking app. Nothing has changed. Your savings still sit at $310. Your credit card balance is still higher than it should be. You close your eyes for a moment. 8 months ago, free rent felt like it would last forever. Now it has an ending. The truth hits harder than you expected. Life never waits until you feel ready. A roof does not stop leaking because your savings are low. Bills do not care about your plans. Problems arrive when they arrive. The only question is whether you are ready when they do. For the first time since moving back home, you understand something you missed from the very beginning. The free rent was never the gift. The gift was the time, and you had just 30 days left to decide what to do with it. 30 days disappear faster than you expect. The morning your first rent payment is due, you stop at an ATM on your way home. The parking lot is quiet. You slide your card into the machine. Your hands feel colder than they should. The screen lights up. You press check balance. The number appears. You read it once, then again, then a third time. Maybe you missed a digit. Maybe there is more money than you remember. There isn't. You swallow hard and press withdraw cash. $20. Your finger hovers over the button for a second. Not because $20 is too much, because you are not sure the machine will give you anything at all. You press it. The screen freezes. 1 second. 2. 3. Your heart pounds against your chest. You imagine the words before they appear. Transaction declined. You picture people waiting behind you. You picture calling your parents. You picture explaining why you cannot pay them. Then the machine hums. The bills slide out. $20. You let out a breath you did not know you were holding. Anyone watching would think nothing happened. But everything changed. A few months ago, you believed free rent would fix your money problems. Now you feel thankful that an ATM can still give you $20. That is when the truth finally catches up with you. Rock bottom does not always come with flashing lights. Sometimes it is standing alone at an ATM, checking the same balance 3 times, because you are afraid the number is too small. Sometimes it is realizing you no longer trust your own bank account. You fold the cash, put it into your wallet, and walk back to your car. For the first time, you stop blaming bad luck. You stop blaming the job you lost. You stop blaming the bills. You see the real problem. It was never one big decision. It was hundreds of small ones, and if small choices were strong enough to bring you here, maybe they were strong enough to take you somewhere better. A few days later, you meet Mara at a small coffee shop. You expect a lecture. You expect her to ask what went wrong, maybe even offer to lend you some money. She does none of those things. She listens. When you finish talking, she reaches into her bag and pulls out a worn notebook. The corners are bent. The cover is faded. She slides it across the table. I want you to have this, she says. You open it. Every month fills 1 page. Nothing fancy. Nothing colorful, just 3 simple columns. In, out, left. Every dollar that comes in goes into the first column. Every dollar that leaves goes into the second. Whatever remains goes into the third. No guessing, no hoping, just the truth. You flip through the pages. Every month looks almost the same. The numbers change, the system does not. Then your eyes stop at one sentence written across the top of every page. Every deposit. 20% goes to savings the same day. No exceptions. You look up. What if the month is tight, you ask. It usually is, Mara says. What if something unexpected happens? It always does. You look back at the notebook. What if I don't feel ready? She smiles. If you wait until you feel ready, you'll always find a reason to wait. She points to the first column. The money moves first. then to the second. Everything else learns to live with what's left. For a moment, neither of you speaks. You thought she was going to rescue you. Instead, she gave you something much better. Not money, a system. Because money can disappear in a day. A good system keeps working long after the feeling of motivation is gone. The first payday feels different. Not because you earn more, because for the first time, your money has a plan before you do. The moment your paycheck arrives, you move 20% into savings. You do it before paying a bill, before opening a shopping app, before giving yourself time to change your mind. At first it feels strange. Then it feels normal. By the end of the first month, you check your savings. $180. You stop and smile. You did not fight yourself to save it. You did not wait to see what was left. The money was already where it belonged. The notebook begins to fill. One page, then another. Every dollar has a place. Every month tells the truth. Soon, you stop asking where your money went. You already know. By the fourth month, something else changes. Your mind feels quieter. You are no longer chasing small money problems every day. One evening, you remember the freelance job you saved months ago. Before, it always felt like too much work. This time, you send the application. A week later, your phone rings. You got it. The project pays $600. The opportunity was always there. You were finally ready to take it. The months keep moving. The notebook grows thicker. Your savings grow with it. 9 months after opening Mara's notebook, you check your account again. $3,000. You stare at the screen. This time, you smile instead of panic. For the first time in years, putting a deposit on your own place no longer feels like a dream. It feels like the next step. You think back to the night you stood at the ATM, wondering if $20 would come out. The person standing there was not lazy. The person standing there did not need a miracle. The person standing there needed a system. That was the real turning point. At the beginning, you thought moving back home would fix your finances. Then you thought paying off your debt would be the moment everything changed. But neither was the real turning point. The real change began the day you stopped relying on motivation and started relying on a system. You didn't get a windfall, you got a system. And systems don't stop at level 1.